एंशिएंट टाइम में एक बार फिर स्वागत है आप लोगों का। मैं आपका दोस्त मोहम्मद सईद और हमारे सहन के लिए हमारे सीनियर रिपोर्टर खालिद साहब हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं। और आज हम जो बात करेंगे, जैसे कि आपने पहले वीडियो देखा था कि हमने बिहार माइग्रेंट्स को उनके घर तक भेजने में उनकी बहुत मदद की थी। सरकार ने भी इसमें हमारा बहुत सहयोग किया था। उसके बाद फिर हमने जो अब्रॉड में माइग्रेंट फंसे हुए हैं, लास्ट वीडियो में आपने देखा कि मलेशिया में कुछ आदमी बहुत परेशान है, जिसमें एंटी करप्शन के भी थे और भी बहुत सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसमें बहुत परेशानियों का सामना करना पड़ रहा था। तो हमने सरकार की मदद लेकर उनको कुछ कोर्ट के थ्रू किया है, जिसके बारे में आपको हमारे हुसैन साहब जो मौजूद है हमारे साथ इस डिस्कशन में, जो कि हमारी इस डिस्कशन को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। और हमारे साथ मौजूद है जर्मनी से रेजिडेंस रिपोर्टर प्रशांत हीरामठंडा जी। स्वागत है आप लोगों का। हुसैन साहब, जैसे कि हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं प्रशांत, जो कि जर्मनी से हैं हमारे रिपोर्टर, तो आप उनके थ्रू हमें बताइएगा कि वहाँ पे लोगों को क्या क्या परेशानी का सामना करना पड़ रहा है, क्या वहाँ के हालात इंडिया जैसे ही है या वहाँ की सरकार कुछ अलग तरह से सहयोग कर रही है वहाँ के सामना।
हाँ, देखिए, इस वक्त पे हमारे साथ मिस्टर प्रशांत हीरामठंडा जो है, जो पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट में आए हैं एज ए रेसिडेंस सिटीजन रिपोर्टर एशियन टाइम्स को सपोर्ट करने के लिए इनिशिएटिव आप लोग जो उठाए हैं। और मेरा भी यहाँ पे स्टूडियो में आना, मैं और मेरे कोलीग्स यहाँ पे स्टूडियो में आना, हम लोगों का मुद्दा है कि हर एक भारतवासी को जो है अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम इस वक्त पे क्रिएट किए जाए और इस हालात में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग किस तरीके से अवेयरनेस, मीडिया जो है, जिसका मीडिया का इम्पोर्टेंट रोल होता है, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग मीडिया के ऊपर जो है कंप्लीटली डिपेंडेंस हैं। इस वजह से आपके माध्यम के थ्रू हम लोग ये मैसेज देना चाहते हैं कि भारतवासी आज हिंदुस्तान में ही नहीं, इंटरनेशनल लेवल में किस हालात से जा रहे हैं और उनका अपने देश के लिए किस तरीके से जो है वो मैसेज देना चाहते हैं, साथ साथ में अपनी फैमिली और फ्रेंड्स को जो है देना चाहते हैं। और लोकल के हालात, इस वक्त पे हमारे साथ एक इंजीनियर हैं बाय प्रोफेशन वो, लेकिन पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट में जो है मिस्टर प्रशांत हीरामठंडा जो है, जो बेंगलुरु के इंडियन सिटीजन है और कर्नाटक बेंगलुरु के हैं, वो जो है हमको बहुत खास तरीके से, जिस वक्त पे हमने उनको फोन लाइन पे बात किया था कि हमको जर्मनी में हिंदुस्तानियों की हालात, स्पेशली कन्नडिगास जो कर्नाटक के हैं, उनके बारे में बातचीत करने के लिए, तो वो बहुत खुशी से इनिशिएटिव उठा के अपना काम को रोक के इस वक्त पे जो है आपको स्टूडियो में आके वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग में आए। सबसे पहले हम लोग उनका थैंक्स करना है कि बाहर रहते हुए भी उनके दिल में जो है भारत के लिए, भारतवासियों के लिए बहुत ही अपने दिल में मोहब्बत रख के वो चीज़ को लेके वो आए हैं, तो हम उनका भी शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं। मैं शुरू करूंगा प्रशांत हीरामठंडा जी से। मैं उनसे बात करूंगा, इंग्लिश में मैं कन्वर्सेशन करता हूं ताकि सबके लिए कन्वीनियंट हो। वेलकम मिस्टर प्रशांत, वेलकम टू द स्टूडियो एंड फॉर दिस कन्वर्सेशन। In the interest of public interest, I have taken this initiative. I have joined the studio for the cause, only for the cause to this pandemic coronavirus, where India is facing, not only India, internationally, universally, every citizen of the country is facing, especially in India. Now, first of all, Mr. Prashant, tell me how you feel now at this stage, away from India, away from your parents, being in Frankfurt, Germany. How you are feeling, Mr. Prashant?
Of course, being away is difficult, but thanks to technology and other things, for example, WhatsApp, and of course now we're talking through Zoom application. I'm myself in the IT industry, and there's a lot of ways we can communicate to keep in touch with friends and parents, etc. Of course, if we can only talk and kind of support each other with words, but for example, I could not send masks from here to my parents just because the couriers were stopped. I think at least there should have been some kind of emergency services open rather than closing everything across the board. But other than that, I think now the situation is getting lot better because because of the quarantine and people are staying at home as per governments and scientific experts suggestions, which is a good thing for everybody.
Okay, Mr. Prashant, now coming back, India is now nearing 60 days now. Compared to India, Germany has, early days they have taken initiative for the lockdown. What was the situation? You must be hearing from the news channels in India what the common citizens are facing here, and compared to, like your brothers and sister in India, they are facing, they are on the road. We are seeing them on the road. They are able to walk thousands of kilometers, to reach and touch their families. See, you must be knowing this, the feelings of your brothers and sister in India, being away from in Frankfurt, Germany. Now here the people are very eager to meet their family, children.
Right.
Behind they left, they have come as a labor, middle class, lower middle class, upper middle class people. They are suffering like anything. We see as we are witnessing through the media and news channel, visual medias, and which is a fact also. And how about the situation in Germany? What is the government, the initiative of the state responsibility? Will there's the same issues are going there, or is it better than India?
At the beginning, of course, there was a lack of information. Everybody were confused because at least people were aware of what happened in China, and we can expect that same things to happen here. So I think government took proactive steps here earlier because in where I live in Frankfurt, Germany, we have an international airport, and which is a high potential for spreading of COVID-19. So government has to take the steps early to spread it. As far as transportation was concerned, for example, no buses and trains were stopped inside the city. So people were free to move about, but people here took voluntary steps to not go out, or go out only when it is absolutely necessary. So this way, even if you went on public transport, you would see very, very few people outside. So traveling inside Germany was never a problem. Maybe the situation in Bangalore or in Indian cities is much different because of the migrant workers coming from cities, smaller cities or villages to bigger cities.
You mean to say that the state responsibility has fully, they are acquainted of the facts of the citizens, and they have established connection with the citizens, and they are able to manage the issues raised among the citizens?
Yeah, they were able to communicate very clearly as to the situation. They're very focused on educating people as to what this is. Very, very scientifically logical approach instead of causing confusion, because they themselves have to educate first and then use the media to tell the people not in a unambiguous way. And these are the scientific facts. It's not some whim of politician or leaders that people should stay back, but it's actually based on scientific proof. So this was, I think the communication was very clear to everybody. And this is, I think, one of the main things that at least German government did.
Well, Mr. Prashant, the students from, especially from Karnataka and India, who are studying, higher studies in Germany, Frankfurt, Berlin, they are in every part of the Germany they are. How about the initiative is taken by the Indian High Commissioners and embassies in there? How they have taken initiatives?
As far as I know, they actually extended, if people were visiting on a visa, either a tourist visa or maybe they came here to live for 2 to 3 months or extended period of time, all those people were automatically granted visa extension. So they did not have to go to the government office or stand in line, for example. So this way the government helped out the people from outside here who were stuck. First of all, there was a convenient way that they could easily automatically extend the visa, for example.
Fine. Like among our community, Indian community, when we are here in India, we spread into many religions and many faiths, other things. When we be in abroad, we all are Indian. And
Yes.
how about the Indian community coming forward, taking every possible steps to protect our brothers and sisters who are in need of support? Is there anything you have knowledge of, Mr. Prashant, about this?
About this, I want to say that most of my reach about the Indian communities here is only through professional people, and I know very few students. So they have been in a better situation, I would say, compared to anybody locally living in India, for example. All the foreigners were treated good, and government provided all the convenience they needed.
Fine. So government is taking every initiative, even for the foreigners. Okay. Now, what is the role played by the Indian High Commissioner in Germany? Ambassador, consulate, officers. What they have played and what is the initiative? I'm asking you. You got any personal information through communication? Has they have communicated? Common generally, is there any initiatives taken by them?
No, actually, I haven't received any messages from anyone from the Indian embassy regarding the situation, because we have all been registered and they know where we live and so forth. But
So
we haven't.
almost 2 months is over. Forget about any financial potential, anything, monetary benefits you are seeking or that they are giving. That's a different issue. Whether they have whereabouts of the citizens, you registered, they are aware of that. You're working there. You are potential to India. You earn money. You send to India, and with that, the foreign investments comes here. Government is benefited. At least your whereabouts, how you are there, where you are, whether how you any possible needs of Indian embassy, whether there is no communication, Mr. Prashant, in this almost 60 days.
No, there has been nothing. Not even some kind of. There has been no information either about the COVID-19 or about inquiry of well-being, or if there was no information to reach out if in any case we had any issues. I mean, there was no proactive communication from their side.
At this situation, the government should be on Carlian call. They should be on Carlian call at this situation. But it's very unfortunate, it is coming from the person from Frankfurt, an Indian citizen who is in the Frankfurt, who is giving information that, he himself has not received anything about, whereabouts and, health about Indian embassy. So the Indian embassy should take note of this and, immediately, not for, person who is in need. Every person, every citizen at this situation, health emergency is declared entire world. At that time, they have to come and cooperate. But, it is very unfortunate from hearing from you that there is no communication, Mr. Prashant, from the Indian embassy.
Yes, I know few other Indians, of course, here living for years. I've not heard anything that they received any information. That you're right. They should be more proactive.
The government of India, through the tax amount of its citizen and through the foreign investment, what the Indians earn from there and send it back to home, through that, and through that, the salaries of the embassy officials is being paid. They are accountable. They are accountable to take care of every citizen who lives in abroad. That is the reason the emissions has been kept there. embassies, consular, diplomats under UN convention. United Nations, this diplomats office and embassies has been opened there to look after their citizens. But it is very, very regret to hear from you that, still they are left out. We have left out. When the citizen is left out, who are potential, who are the technocrats, they are left out even for the formalities, they have not asked about the healthcare, how to be maintained, what to be taken care. I'm very surprised that this has to be taken very, very seriously by the External Affairs Minister, Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar, that what is happening in abroad with dealing with the Indian citizens by our own embassy peoples. This has to be taken care. Really, we will take up this issue, and this has to be taken by the courts. Courts, they have to take care. Very, very important that the citizen has been left out. Mr. Prashant, I want to inform you that during the pandemic, coronavirus beginning, we have approached the Honorable Supreme Court. We have taken up the issues for the protection of embassies and the citizens' lives in abroad. The Honorable Supreme Court was kind enough to change our petition into a representation to the government by making observation to take initiatives very soon and very immediately to look after this issue. Despite that, having knowledge of the court information, the government is completely failed. External Affairs Ministry, from your mouth, we can hear that they have failed. They are not adhered. I don't know if you are left out. Even don't know what is the work of the embassy, how they are enjoying the public paid tax amount, salaries and benefits in abroad, and without discharging their duties. This is a very example what you have brought to us, Mr. Prashant. Now, coming back, Prashant. Now in India, when we are in hundreds, the government was good enough to take initiative and lockdown by taking all precautionary measures and lockdown and seal down. Now today we have reached more than 100,000. Now everything is open in India slowly. So what do you will suggest, being you are sitting in abroad, like citizens are facing now spike of corona has been grown more risk to the citizens. Now the lockdowns has been opened. What is the suggestion compared to Frankfurt, how they are handling the situation? What do you suggest, Mr. Prashant, to the Indian government directly and to the people of India?
Yeah, I think we should, I think the government has a huge responsibility to disseminate information, correct information, accurate information, timely information to every citizen. And if, for example, what I heard from my parents, that the mask was a compulsory thing, but then you couldn't buy masks. There was shortage of masks. So if they made a rule, there should be some accommodation for people to follow. There's almost rules were made, and not everyone can follow those rules because of the shortage of masks. So, for example, here in Germany, during the early time, there was no restriction that everybody had to wear masks because they knew that there was no masks for everybody to wear. Simply they ran out. So after they acquired all the masks that they required, and that too, it has to be of certain specification. Just wearing a cloth around your face is not as same as it offers not much protection as what scientifically proven masks can protect you from. So what I'm saying is, I think rules should be made so people can follow, and it is practical for people to follow, than just making rules for the sake of making them. And the second thing is, I think during the start of this pandemic, I think to make people change and to stay inside, that was a big challenge. People just were so surprised that if the situation is such a serious thing. People could not believe. But once they realized that, it is a very serious situation, people try to take steps and self-quarantine. And now the situation has to be very carefully observed, because if the quarantine and all the measures that I've taken, it has to be everything has to be monitored. Now it is the same challenge again to relax those the prohibitions. You have to again make sure that it is the right time. So I think the data is very important. It has to be very accurate about the number of cases, number of deaths, and so on. And Germany pays a very close attention to these numbers in a very accurate fashion. And only when they're very, very sure that the numbers are actually going down and the curve has already peaked out, they're taking they're taking a lot of things into consideration to relax these prohibitions, because it would be very bad. We would be in a worse situation if everything was relaxed too early. So those steps are being taken here in Germany, that things need to be relaxed in phases. For example, now the restaurants are open, but each restaurant has been given a set of guidance. For example, what they keep on the table, like sugar, salt, and sugar and pepper, they cannot keep it on the table. There's so many new things that people have to be adjusted to these things.
So you mean to say conclusion that lockdown and seal down is not an issue, precaution measure is the main concern.
Right. And how they close it and how they reopen, now the reopen would be a very big challenge. If you reopen too early, too fast, then we would be in a worse situation than we were. So this is very important time to not one day to let everybody say you're back to normal.
Mr. Prashant, yes, you are from IT industry. I would like to put across you like a veteran IT, veteran, Mr. Narayan Murthy of Infosys. His point of view, suggestion to the government that, more than COVID, the hunger deaths are there in India.
Right.
A person who is a, role model for the entire India. We can say that, who has taken initiative who is the father of the IT. And you take it, Sir Azim Premji, who has told that, directly 7,000 per month Indian INR valued amount has to be directly reached to the every, worker here in India. The situation is, like medium industries and small industries, tiny industries are larger industry. It's not an issue. It's a concern of the labor and its citizens. They are right now. The government initiative should be there that per month minimum 7,000 rupees has to be reached to the citizens' account directly, and the initiatives are so. Keeping in point of view, if you compare their suggestion, what they have given, you are a IT field person, you are IT technocrats, Indians, many Indians likewise you working in Frankfurt, how you will suggest for the middle class and technocrats, yes, you can work from home. Like I'm a labor, I do housemaid cannot do online work. So how they have to earn money, housemaid, they cannot give instruction to you to go online and do the work and say that you transfer amount. They have to do the physical work. There are similar example I told. That is likewise there are many laborers who are facing here issues. How you your personal point of view on that person?
Yeah, I think in this situation, I really understand, and I've heard from my friends living in Bangalore that for example, a carpenter is working every day, or a painter, or who was used to come to work every day, and they all live by daily wages and day to day. And if they cannot work, if they cannot earn, the only way is for the government to take care of them. First of all, it shouldn't be this case that anyone has to live from day to day. Means I earn today and I eat, and tomorrow I have to work and earn to eat again. Yes, that situation should not be there in the first place. But if we are not too idealistic and to be real, it is a real situation. And who can help them is only the government can help them. There has to be ways for them to get registered in a way. For example, the government doesn't know who's a daily worker. How do you reach them? How do they reach? Who do they talk to? They are just helpless, and they have to pay huge rents living in Bangalore. Maybe they're from another village. If they cannot pay the rent, eat food, who should they go to? Who should they approach? I think these are the things. I think all of these these people should be registered with some kind of organization, the government organization, so the government can take care of them, and they will have somebody to reach out to in not only this situation, but even during personal emergencies for those people. There should be some kind of system in place.
Yes,
Mr. Prashant, I have a question.
Coming back to Germany has witnessed Second World War. The country where you are living, they have seen the disasters, more than pandemic. But right now, the Germans says, according to their newsprints, what we see, that this pandemic virus is worse than the Second World War. It is worse than the Second World War. If you take about, like Germany has witnessed the Second World War, but the thing is now they have come up. Germans knows better, how to handle the situations in these emergency situations. Now coming back to the administrative of the Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel. Okay.
Yes.
So how is the administrative of the our German chancellors compared to our country right now? It's a very small country where we all know that they stand for their actions, they stand for their words, they stand for the initiatives. They are committed for for the developments. Yeah, in that way, since very long time you have been in Frankfurt, Germany, you are aware how things work there. How is the administrative of Chancellor of Germany?
Yes, you're right. India is a very big country. To give a comparison, the whole of Germany is of the same size as Karnataka, if you can believe it or not. So it's a small country and much fewer people who live here than in Karnataka. But it's not an excuse to say just because there's a lot of people, we cannot manage. That shouldn't be an excuse anyway. You can look at China for that, for example, in terms of dealing with a billion people. But I think here it's not only the Chancellor spoke only once, or I think maybe 2 times in the last 2 months. It was a very clear-cut message that what people have to do, and what not only Berlin is the capital, what the higher up government must do. They formulate policies, but there was a critical time when they had to make all the policies for all the states because they had the higher view of what was going on. They could not let states make their own decisions for a very brief period of time. Now that has been relaxed, that individual states can take their own action depending upon their local circumstance. But as you know, here the government corruption is almost zero compared to, for example, in India. So if there was a decision to send, like you say, 10,000 or 7,000 rupees or any kind of money to reach these people in need, you can be sure that it will reach people here, for example. But you can ask any common man person in India if the funds actually reach the people. People have their doubts that even though there was a policy, the government released the money, but nobody knows it went to the farmer, to the real people in need. One can never with confidence say that yes, it will reach. That itself is, a symptom that no matter how much money the government say it's going to provide, but the chain in between, people have to have more confidence in that.
Fine. Mr. Prashant, like now, from your point of view, since you've been in abroad and you are being a citizen of India, what will be your...
I have one question, sir.
Yeah, what will be your suggestion for do and don't?
I think people should be more clean, I guess. The street should be more clean. I mean, there is responsibility on the citizen individuals also as much as there is responsibility by the government. Suppose you have the responsibility to clean your home, clean your surroundings, the city has its responsibility to keep the streets clean, the drainage clean, provide clean water, and they should be really concerned about shops, restaurants especially. It doesn't matter meat or vegetables, things have to be clean, and it has to be accommodated and supported by the government, and the people should get more accurate information on their own to find what is the scientific facts.
Fine. Mr. Prashant, there is a question from the newsroom, and
Okay.
I'd like to put a question to you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Prashant, what kind of problem it is getting in Germany? Is Germany is supportive government for India? Because sometime before I see a video in supermarkets, some people is fighting for masks, sanitizers, and tissues. Is that right?
Yes, there was a little bit of panic buying when the government started to, or when the news got out that there has been the cases will be increasing in Germany. There was the people who were panic buying tissue paper and certain products, let's say like milk and egg. People were trying to hoard things. But soon after, people realized this will make only situation worse. I mean, the situation is not bad that you have to buy more than what you really need. So if everybody starts to buy, then you're causing an artificial problem, which is not pandemic, but people panicking. So the government realized what was happening and issued instructions to all the supermarkets that people are only limited. People only could buy 1 or 2 items instead of 10 or 20. That people
What is the unemployment rate in Germany? Unemployment rate, Mr. Prashant?
Unfortunately, I don't have the number with me at the moment. But compared to US, I think here we have a better unemployment rate.
Now the government is at this pandemic, they will get disaster aid. German government is supporting to their citizens?
Yes. There is funds being allocated for especially for the small and medium businesses, people with less than 50 employees. They have various grades of support that they will be providing because businesses like small business suffer the most. So they would be getting these support funds.
Fine. Mr. Prashant, you have been, taking a lot of your precious time, and you have come to the studio and you have shared your point of view, and for that. Now, finally, coming back, what will be your views towards our homeland Karnataka state, what you like to suggest for, the Karnataka people? What is your point of view? Because IT sector people, Karnataka is a capital for IT. You being a IT technocrats, what do you like to suggest for them and for your friends and family members? What will be your point of view, your suggestion here?
I think we should remain calm. We should not panic. That is the main thing. And like I said, everybody should educate themselves about the pandemic, about the virus. Of course, this is a good program that they can learn what is happening outside of Karnataka, India, or internationally also. We all facing the same pandemic. Every country's situation is different. I think we should do the best we can, follow the rules, and hopefully the government should support even more than ever before. I think, generally speaking, yes, there's the population, especially Bangalore, is growing like crazy. I mean, every year there is more and more things put inside the city, and without a plan. So I mean, I've heard like in these 2 months, the pollution has gone down so much down rapidly. It's almost going 30 years, 40 years ago, how the air was clean because there's no automobiles, traffic, smoke, traffic pollution on the road. So I think if you see, this is a good time to reflect on how much pollution we're adding to the Bangalore city, because there has been absolutely no planning. The industries, there's no zoning. There is of course these things that people can build more commercial things in the city, more offices, more residential. I mean, there has been no limit on how much things. The city can only take so much, and the problems are really very clear now that increasing in terms of pollution.
Fine, sir. Let me come back into our virgin language. I would like to talk to you. ಕನ್ನಡಿಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಜರ್ಮನಿನಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ತರಹದ ಸುಮಾರು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರು ಟೆಕ್ನೋಕ್ರಾಟ್ಸ್, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋರು, ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಅವ್ರ ಬಿಹಾಫ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ತಮ್ಮ ಟೆಕ್ನೋಕ್ರಾಟ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ಸ್, ಟೆಕ್ನಿಷಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ತಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್, ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್, ತಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರಿಗೆ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ತಾವು ಜರ್ಮನಿಯಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀವಿ?
ಅದೇ ಸರ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ರು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಈ ಟೈಮು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನೋಬಡಿ ಹಸ್ ಸೀನ್ ಇಟ್. ನಾವು ಮುಂಚೆ ಈ ಥರ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಯಾರೂ ನೋಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಕೆನ್ಸೆ 1947 ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಥರ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ, ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ರೂಷಿಯಲ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಗ್ರೀಡ್, ನನಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕ್ಲೆನ್ಲಿನೆಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಕಂಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಜರ್ಮನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಾರಿ ಕ್ಲೀನಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ರೆಸ್ಟೋರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇನ್ನು. ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಪೀಪಲ್, especially government, and with the help of people.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prashant, for joining us and taking your precious time and joining in the studio for Asian Times as a citizen reporter from Frankfurt, Germany. And your message will be conveyed not only to the Indians in India, but also to the German people in India who are living here, and other people who are, your point of view, whatever your technocrats, other people will take up this initiative especially by External Affairs Ministry also, that they should take initiative. This is not a time where they have to relax. They have to come across in actions, initiatives by protecting the citizens in abroad, because in our passport, the assurance is given on behalf of President. The President of India is a first citizen. He has given assurance in the passport, like any Indian, if any emergency occurs, at that time, the bearer of the passport should be support. That's what the passport speaks about. So everybody should know that the Ministry of External Affairs should be in practicality on that point of view, what is the assurance given in the passport and in the Constitution. You know, liberty, how the protection of the citizens, it is given to the, even for the NRIs, foreigners, you know, the articles has given, Article 15 of the Constitution is there, which very straightforward says that even for the foreigners, NRIs, you know, equal rights are there. So at that time, it should not, the articles, preamble of the articles should be in action, should be in need, for the need people, it should be in action, in accordance with law. The government initiative has to be protected completely, the interest of the citizen. Thank you so much, Mr. Prashant, once again for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you very
Best
much.
of luck. Best of luck.
Last question. Mr. Prashant,
One more question. Yes.
one more question, Mr. Prashant.
No problem.
See, because Germany is a very small country comparing to India. So, what about the testing kit? Whether it's a successfully, each and every person has been tested?
I don't think each and every person is tested, even here. They have
Ratio-wise?
What they've identified is clusters. So there are certain states inside Germany where they found clusters, and there the amount of tests that is conducted is proportionally more. So more people are being tested in those high clusters, high risk areas. For example, I'm living here in the central Frankfurt. Nobody has ever come to me and asked me to take a test because our area, fortunately, it is not a high risk area. There's no such industries or factories that would make it. For example, I think there was a meat factory a few days ago that there was a new cluster that they really found out. So they actually focused all their energies on those kinds of areas, not everywhere.
सभी बहुत हो गए हैं, अब शो को समाप्त करने की बारी है। तो धन्यवाद आपका मिस्टर प्रशांत जी, जो हमारे साथ फ्रैंकफर्ट जर्मनी से जुड़े हुए थे, जिनके द्वारा हमें जानने का मौका मिला कि जर्मनी में क्या हालात हैं और हमारे जो भाई वहाँ फंसे हुए हैं उनके साथ मतलब क्या-क्या परेशानियों का सामना उनको करना पड़ रहा है या उनको क्या सहूलियत मिल रही है। तो धन्यवाद प्रशांत जी हमारे साथ जुड़ने का, और धन्यवाद मोहित साहब आपका हमारे शो में आने का। तो अब टाइम है अलविदा कहने का। मैं मोहम्मद रसैयूब, एंशिएंट टाइम।